The market conditions themselves, where you have a lot of shortages in countries with weak regulation and weak enforcement, high prices that countries have to pay for those vaccines, makes them a perfect target for illicit trade. In fact, as we speak, the WHO, Interpol, Europol, and the FBI have all issued warnings that the great demand for these vaccines, for COVID and flu vaccines as well, is likely to fuel criminal activity relating to falsification, to theft, to illegal vaccinations. As long as shortages persist and there aren't enough vaccines for everybody, and you make that a condition for travel, this problem is only likely to grow.
So, Lenias, how would an ordinary person know that they're getting a substandard or falsified vaccine?
I think there are some red flags that people can look out for that could warn them whether the vaccine they are about to be offered might be substandard or falsified. For instance, by simply just following the national news, a lot of countries don't have vaccines yet. So you would know whether there's vaccine in the country or not. And if obviously somebody is offering you a vaccine, and you know there isn't any vaccine yet in the country, then it's obvious you have to ask, where are they getting from? These vaccines are very scarce. They are going to be under very tight control and security measures. So I think most countries are going to issue a list of approved vaccination centers where people can legitimately get, a vaccine that is approved.
Now, of course, we're going to be working with vaccine certificates and potentially passports. Do you expect counterfeit vaccine certificates and passports becoming as big of a problem as counterfeit vaccines themselves?
If countries make vaccination certificates or vaccination passport a condition for accessing services, for instance, within a country, employment, or even at a global level, international travel, whilst most people are still not able to get the vaccine, then falsified certificates are likely to become a very big problem. But otherwise, if they continue to be used for basically monitoring who has been vaccinated, who hasn't, and who needs a follow-up dose, those kinds of things, then they are unlikely to become a problem bigger than the falsified vaccines themselves. For these certificates, the use of vaccination certificates to work as a tool for public health control, you would need to have or to issue people with the kind of proof that is not easy to falsify, possibly incorporating maybe some biometric elements, maybe blockchain technology that cannot be easily altered. That certificate would have to capture information that would be acceptable to all authorities. And you have countries that are very different with different technological capabilities. I have been involved in negotiating these kinds of, things to get countries to agree what standard everyone is going to follow. And it's not an easy undertaking that can be done overnight. So a major undertaking, major investment, and it will take a long time to come up with something that works for everybody.